Hi guys, welcome back. Did you miss me? I missed you too. It's okay, I'm back. During my very short break here on YouTube, Selling You came out with a book, and if you don't know who Selling You is, she famously wrote Manacled, a very popular and controversial fan fiction between Hermione and Draco. So have I ever been a fan of reading fan fiction? No. Have I ever been a fan of Hermione? Also no. Am I a Harry Potter fan? Yeah, perhaps. And have I ever just overall been interested in reading Manacled? No. I've seen so many people cry on TikTok because of this book. People absolutely are being devastated by this book. If you have been here in my channel for a while, then you know that I love a good sad book. I love to cry just overall, but I just love to cry when I'm reading, and you know, that's what got me. It's like, maybe I do need to read this book because it seems perfect for me. Also because it's very popular right now and I just want to jump on the bandwagon. I don't want to stay behind. So I'm finally going to read it. So anyways, enough yapping and let's get to reading, because this book is more than 1,000 pages. And I don't think I've read a book this big, like in I don't know how long, and it's gonna take a little bit for these gears to start turning in my head. So let's get into it. Hi guys, so I decided to take a little break from reading. I am maybe less than 100 pages in, and so far it's a slow book. It's just a lot of explaining, a lot of information, and I don't mind it. It's just that come on, let's get the ball rolling, you know. But I think that's just me being impatient because, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't read a book this long in a very long time. Another thing really quick, I have to like keep reminding myself that it's not Hermione. I have the Hermione romance in my head, and I know that that's what it was originally. So right now, as I'm reading this book, I have to keep reminding myself it's not Hermione, because I find myself like reading it, and instead of reading, what's her name, Helena, or instead of reading the main character's name, I think of Hermione. And then Luke is Harry, you know, and then where they are is Hogwarts. And, you know, I'm trying to connect all these characters to the Harry Potter characters, and I need to stop doing that because I feel like it's taken me out of the story. So, yeah, so far, not bad. Just a lot of information. Hi guys, so it's been 2 days since I last updated you guys on the book. I think I had left off on page 100, and I was feeling a little like impatient with the book. I really wanted everything to just start moving along, and then I didn't read after I hit the 100-page mark. We're moving, so I was just apartment hunting, and I just haven't been able to pick up the book again. But last night when I went to bed, I picked it up, and oh my god, I just hit a stride. It just got so good, and now I am on page 309, and so far I'm really liking it. Like, I love good books. Like, I know that sounds so silly, but sometimes like when I read books, I'm just like very impatient throughout the whole thing, where I'm just like, tell me what's gonna happen, let's just get it over with. With this book, that's how I was feeling in the beginning, but then when I hit that like stride, it was like I couldn't put the book down. Like, I needed to know what was gonna happen next. I was on a roll, and I went to bed really late because I really just wanted to like figure out what was gonna happen. So right now I am on chapter 24, and I think it's the second chapter of the second part of the book. And there was a little like twist, like a little reveal that I didn't know was gonna happen, and it was so good. It was so unexpected, and I have so many questions. Like, I don't Hi guys, so it's been 2 days since I last picked up the book. I did run a half marathon and I just took some time to just relax and not do anything and just spend time with my family because they did come to cheer me on, and that was really sweet. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Mom. They're right here. But anyways, I am currently on chapter 46, page 547, and so far, I'm not gonna lie, this has been such a nice surprise. I have been so traumatized by TikTok books because I just go into them blind and I don't really know what to expect, and usually they're not my favorite. So this has been a breath of fresh air. I have been really enjoying it. The writing is so good. I love the world building. I love the politics. I have seen some connection between part 1 and part 2 that is just so satisfying to read. The way that Stanley Yu wrote it has just been really satisfying. If you've read this book and you know how she connected some pieces between the 2 parts, it's just, it clicks so well. So that's very enjoying. It's very nice to read. What I haven't been enjoying as much is the fact that I feel some disconnect between some of the friendships in the book and Elena. Like, we know that Lila and Soren and we know that Lila, Soren, and Luke are good people, right? And they're fighting for what's good, for the good side. I just don't see that there's no like substance to their friendships with Elena. I don't feel their friendship. Like, I know that Luke has been nice to Elena since they were in school and that they're best friends and that Soren and Lila are like siblings, twins, but I just don't, there hasn't been enough written about all of them together or individually for me to care about them. So even though I want them to win the war because they're fighting for what's right, Ilva and some of the other characters make me not care. It's the lack of substance in their friendships and the fact that the evil people in the good side are just so yucky. I could care less if they win. The only relationship I'm invested in right now is honestly Ferenc and Elena. Even as toxic as it is, that's the only relationship that I really care about right now. So sometimes I find myself like wanting to just get to like their conversations, because that's like, even though it's toxic, there's at least something there's something there. There's a little bit of a push and pull, and it makes you excited to read what's gonna happen next. Whereas when she has a conversation with Luke or Lila, it's Layla, I keep saying Layla, huh? Whenever she has a conversation with Luke or Layla or Soren, it's always so melodramatic and just so, yeah, it's just so melodramatic, where it's just, it's a little boring. And yeah, it hasn't been my favorite. And I'm a very sentimental person, so I think that if there was just a little bit more of like substance to these relationships, then I would care so much more, and it would probably make this book a 5-star read for me. But since it's lacking that right now, this book is a 4-star read, which is still very, very good, and it's higher than I expected it to be. But yeah. Also, remember how I said that I was thinking of just Hermione and Draco in the beginning of the book? I was able to get out of that headspace, and now I see the story for what it is. It's no longer like a fanfic for me. It's a standalone book. I don't see it as that anymore. And yeah, not bad. It really is just such a nice surprise, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'll update you whenever I finish this book, because I am a little bit more than halfway, and I really do want to finish. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited. Good morning, guys. It is currently 7:30 in the morning, and guys, when I say that this has been such a stressful week, I'm not even exaggerating. It's just taken me longer than I wanted to read Alchemised, or to finish Alchemised. I need to finish this book. I need to. I have gone to page, what page am I on? I don't even know what page. I am 88% through. I am on chapter 70, and I have been thinking about this book nonstop. I just want to know how it's gonna finish. And this morning last night I said, listen, you're gonna wake up extra early and finish Alchemized, because I cannot get it out of my head. I know, I can feel it in my chest. I know the ending is gonna be really sad, and I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I'm ready for it. Okay guys, so let's talk about it. I have finally finished Alchemized, and I gotta tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. I think the last update that I gave you guys was that I just didn't feel any connection between Helena and her friends, or why she was doing what she was doing. Like, I just couldn't care less if they lost the war. And a few chapters after I gave that update, we started getting more information about her friends and just like the connection they had with each other. Was it enough? No. I would have liked more, but it made me care a little bit more. So I appreciated that, because the first half was just like, listen, I could care less, you know. I was so disconnected from everyone. I just cared about Helena and Kane. So it was nice that I finished the book caring about other people besides them. I was so shocked by the ending of this book. It was not at all what I thought it was gonna be, which was such a nice surprise. I'm not gonna say if it was good or bad. It was just so unexpected. The book is so bleak and so sad that I was just like, it put me in a depressed like mindset. So it was just crazy. I did see a lot of people like cry their eyes out at the end of this book. It did not do that for me. I cry very easily, and it did pull at my heartstrings every now and then. I did tear up, but the ending was sad, but it didn't make me bawl my eyes out like I've seen people do on TikTok. So that was a little disappointing, because I'm always ready for a good cry session. The relationship between Kane and Helena was definitely toxic, but I liked it. They had a very codependent relationship, a very toxic relationship, but I liked it within this story. It made sense for the story, and it made sense how they felt towards each other, and why they did the things that they did to each other and for each other, because of how the story was and because of the things that they went through. So it makes sense in this book. So I honestly liked it. I liked how everything was. There was times where I was just like, oh my god, you know, it's just, I can't believe this is happening, but it all made sense. It all came together because of what was happening in the book. I don't know if that makes sense, but do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I said this, but I am giving this book 4 stars out of 5, because there was one big thing that I did not enjoy as much, and that was that there were some scenes just felt very repetitive. We had a lot of scenes in the hospital and just a lot of the war happening over and over again, but it was written kind of in the same way, so it felt very repetitive at times, and I kept thinking of The Women by Kristen Hanna. That book is about the Vietnam War, so Kristen Hanna did a very good job at putting you in those scenes and making you feel like you're there, and making you feel the pain and the you know, the adrenaline without explaining the war for the whole book. And I feel like suddenly you just, it was too much at times that, like I said, I kind of didn't want to read about it anymore. Like I got what she was I knew what she was trying to do. It just felt too repetitive for me at times. So I feel like you could have removed some of the scenes in this book and still have the same effect. Another thing that I did not like about it was that it sometimes felt too melodramatic. Helena was very woe is me. She was very unlikable to me sometimes. Like it was always, oh, it's my fault that happened. This is happening and it's all my fault. It's my fault. They did this. Like it was just so dramatic. I know that the author was trying to show us how broken Helena was and how not a perfect character she is, but sometimes it just felt like too much. But besides that, I think this was such a good book. I would definitely recommend it. I will say, please read trigger warnings before you get into this. It does have very strong content. It talks about things that happen to women during wartime. There's gore, there's violence, so it does have very strong content. So if you've been wanting to read this book but you're scared because you've fallen victim to TikTok books before, I say you give this a go. I've read Fourth Wing, did not like. What other book? I read Haunting Adeline, did not like. I read so many books because of TikTok that I've not liked, and this was, like I mentioned, a very nice surprise, and I really did enjoy it. So I don't know if my word means anything, but I think this is a good one. You should pick this up. Anyway, so that was it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I've been MIA for so long. It's just that this year has just been absolutely crazy, and as much as I wanted to stay consistent and just read as much as I wanted to, there was just so many things that happened that just reading, I didn't put it as my priority. But I'm back, and I hope you're here watching my video. And if you are, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please just give it a thumbs up if you want, or better than that, just leave a comment down below and let me know if you've read this book and if you liked it, and we can chat it up in the comments. So thank you guys so much again for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.